What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to be talking about why buying into OMI discounts is a risky way to invest. But before we do this, if you enjoyed this video then please consider dropping a like and subscribing if you're new around here. So before we get into this, I'm just going to say I'm not a financial advisor. If you've watched any of my videos, I rarely, if ever, touch upon OMI price, and in this video I'm going to be explaining to you about why I don't do that and why a lot of the wider community's videos are giving you, in my opinion, personal perception of what's actually going on, and I'm going to use some try to justify that in the video to you right now. And you know, a lot of the concepts I'm going to be sharing with you today are actually from my twin brother. He's been in the Forex market for 2.5 years. He's one of the, I know I'm a little bit biased, but you just go through and watch his channel. I'm going to link in the description below. He's incredibly gifted at it. He's building a community himself, and I'm incredibly proud of him. But he is very, very, very switched on with this. So I'm going to sort of switch you over to his channel if you want to learn how to trade using smart money concepts, which is what he does, and how he called the Bitcoin short before it actually shorted. And with a technical analysis, it was an incredible video. So go through and check that out if you're interested. But my main point behind this is, look, my position's down as well. You know, I'm down right now, but I'm in this position for the next sort of 3 to 5 years, or the just foreseeable future. You know, no one can truly predict where a market's going to go, and I accepted this when I made my position. And you know, I'm going to share a little story with you here. You know, I got a small position here in the highs because when the Uniswap listing came out, I was under the perception that based around what I was watching within the wider community, that it was going to carry on longing because that was the hype that was happening at the time. Now that's my own mistakes to make. I'm not blaming anyone. All my investment decisions are my own decisions, and I'm either good or bad. I accept them for what they are. But the point behind it is that you know, later on I went into Reddit, and I later learned that this has happened within other coins and other currencies, that the pump before the anticipation to the launch can actually lead to a dip in price and a sell-off, and I wasn't aware of it. So the point is, look, nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes, but I'm going to try my best here to sort of give you some ideas about why just blindly investing without and just taking the word like discounts is quite a risky way to invest. So the first thing I just want to touch upon here is, you know, we're on the monthly chart here. There's no history to this marketplace right now. You know, and anyone that tells you there is, look, they're lying. You know, that it's here right in front of your face. You know, we have got literally less than a year's worth of data, which makes it a very difficult marketplace to sort of predict and presume and really to give any real accuracy on, because history within a way a pair reacts with one another can give you an idea behind what's going on in real time. And like I say, you want to go to my brother's YouTube channel to really learn these concepts properly. But the point behind it is that when you go onto Euro USD, which is just a FX currency pair, you can see there's history. We're on the monthly chart here as well. There's history to this. You know, this goes back all the way to 1997, and now obviously we're in 2021. But the point here is that there's data here. There's data within this market. Now, if you look at the OMI price right now, there's no data within the market. Now, that's okay. That's because we're early adopters, and we're in this very, you know, we're in this at a stage where it hasn't sort of matured out over the past 2, 3, 4 years. And if you look into investing this long term, you know, it's an incredible project. They've got the VV KPIs are insane, just like what Travis touched upon. I'd break down a lot of the business behind the vision of OMI. But the reality is that we're still very early on. So remembering that is important. You know, the market hasn't matured yet. So I just wanted to make that a point to you here. Another thing I just want to touch upon as well is that, you know, the financial market is always a personal perception on the charts. You know, and my brother touches upon this a lot in his videos, and I think it's important for people to remember this, is that, you know, you only have your personal edge. So if you're just believing what other people are saying without really knowing what's going on, then you know, you're going to open yourself up to a lot of risk. And one of the examples I'm going to use here is sort of OMI discounts. You know, I'm going to use this chart here. We're on the 1 hour here. We're at 0.004 here. If I was then to turn around to you and say, when it hit 0.0035, that buy this, we're at a discount, this is a great way to load up, you know, pack your bags, guys, we're rocket into the moon, you know what I mean? Like the kind of general field sort of lingo that's thrown around within the community. you know, what are you basing that decision on? Is it just purely based off the prices dipped, which in my opinion is an incredibly risky way to invest? And you have to question these things when you're putting your hard-earned money into something, you know. And then you have to ask yourself, am I in this for a short term, long term? Am I in this for 3 to 5 years, or am I in this for the next week? And if you're only in this for a week and you're putting positions here, you know, at 0.03, for example, without really doing any other analysis and just blindly believing people, I'm just going to say this is going to probably bite you on the arse. It's going to be a difficult thing for you to probably make money with. You might look out and it might push higher, but the point is that you don't really want to invest with that style. And you know, I hope this sort of is making sense to you. I'm not trying to be negative towards other YouTubers. There are a lot of great videos out there that they share a lot of information I've learned from. It's just this part of that part of the community I find quite difficult to listen to, because it really draws itself into sometimes a very risky way to invest if there's no technicals that lie behind it as well. And even then, technicals don't always add up when the market is always so new. And we don't really have any history to go on. So another point I want to make here as well is, just because you believe in a project doesn't mean it's always going to be a good time to invest, short or long term. You know, I'm going to use a specific example here. There are founder tokens being released right now. You know, this is going to happen over the next 12 months. This is just a part of the project. This is open news to anybody. So this could have been read I think it was over a year ago they released this, or maybe even longer. This has been in their white papers a long time, basically. So, you know, we have to consider that. You know, there's going to be a lot of tokens being released. Now, obviously, at some stage, they're going to want to sell these tokens off. So that increases circulated supply, which is going to reduce price. If there's more of something, it's going to reduce the price. You know, that's just the way things are. So when you have to consider this with over, you know, the next 3, 6, 9 months are going to be, you know, they're going to be released, and at some point they're going to be sold into the market and sold off. So, and my point behind this was there was a great comment on Caval Anderson's post or video, sorry, where someone talks into this. So the actual video is one of his most recent ones on May 23rd. The OMI price will keep falling, but he talks. This is a perfect representation of somebody who's done his research. He has justifiable numbers. It's realistic, and it's just I just thought it was a great overall post. So if you haven't read it, go through and read that, or just pause it here. But my point behind it here is, you know, you've got to educate yourself. You know, there are things happening in this particular moment that are going to affect the price, short and long term. Now, you need to define where you are within this and where we are within this timeline. You know, you need to get an idea and educate yourself about whether you believe this is the right time to invest based on your investment decisions, investment goals. You know, is this? Are you coming in short term? Are you going in long term? So I just wanted to make that point as well. Is that, you know, educating yourself and knowing where we are currently within the timeline of Akomi and Vivi's journey can give you an indication about whether or not buying discounts is a good thing to do. Now, the last thing I want to touch upon as well is that do your own due diligence. You know, if you're new into this, you know, everyone starts at the same place. You know, if you're new into this space, then go out there and do some research. Read into OMI, read into the white paper. Go and really consume yourself within this. Go into the history. Understand where we are right now within this journey. Understand your investment goals, where you want to go. And if a YouTuber is telling you to blindly invest, you can question that. No, it's okay to question it. It doesn't. It doesn't always. They don't always know what you think they know. You know, specifically around price as well. I mean, I'm more talking about the actual marketplace itself. You know, there are a lot of different things, and it's a very complicated field. And just saying that it's coming down, that the price is on a discount, doesn't justify an investment opportunity for anybody. And I'm made this video to sort of help you sort of distinguish the differences. And I hope I've been able to translate this to you so that this is no way negative across the overall OMI project, because I believe in the project long term. But it's just to give people an idea that, You know, just because someone says it's a discount doesn't mean it actually is. So thank you for watching my video. I hope this has made sense and has sit well with you. If you've enjoyed it, consider dropping a like. Subscribe if you're new around here. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you and goodbye.